Good. Well, welcome from all our little corners of the world. Hi, Melanie. um, I love virtual group readings because I'm wearing slippers. Oh, is there a Wendy in here? Stop it. Where? Where's Wendy? Wendy, wave. Wendy, say hello. Where are you? Oh, Wendy has her camera off. Wendy, I have your name written down on my piece of paper here. And I don't know if you signed up as Wendy or if somebody else did because I checked to see if there's a Wendy.
Wendy is my mom, and she's probably having technical difficulties, if I'm being honest. So
Oh.
I'll just pipe in for her.
Thank you, Alicia. I literally, my little like notes for tonight, you'll see at the top, I have Wendy circled. Did you
Okay,
buy?
I love that for her. She says that she's here, yes, and hers is reconnecting. So I'm
Okay.
gonna tell her to leave and come back.
Yeah, and don't worry about it. We'll get to it later. I have to do my whole, you have to hear my
Go
life
ahead.
story before we get into all the
It's
medium readings
fine.
anyways.
I just figured she's
Um,
probably having technical difficulties because
okay,
that's a bit her
perfect.
vibe.
And
So
did you buy your tickets, Alicia?
Um,
Mom?
no, I think she got her own. I got
Oh,
mine first, and then I was like, Mom, you have to do this with me.
okay.
So
I like quickly looked at the guest list because I was like, is there a Wendy? So I don't know if like
yeah.
came through as somebody else, but literally before the reading, I like,
Her email doesn't have her name in it, so that could be why.
oh, well, I was wondering, oh my God, wait. And Emily, your mom's name is Wendy? I didn't know that.
Wendy Mom.
Oh, okay. So Wendy has so many meanings. Okay, we'll get to that later. Oh my God, so cool. I didn't know that, Emily. I literally said to Sarah before the group reading, I was like, okay, you have to tell me if you have, I wrote down a couple names and I won't spoil them now, but I told her because I was like, you cannot have your people coming through. You'll see Sarah's here, my partner. You can leave, Sarah. And I'm always like, you got to put your people, put them somewhere quietly over here because they love to pop in and say hi. And I'm like, you guys get this all the time. Um, cool. Okay, let me let Wendy in here. Okay, great. That's so funny. Well, I'm so glad Wendy makes sense. We'll get to that. I'm going to start you on a cliffhanger here. But welcome to your group medium reading. And yeah, feel free to chat in the chat to each other right now as I'm like doing my welcome. I'm just going to kind of like not pay attention to it. So you're welcome to just like chit chat if you see people you know, or if you want to get to know somebody, feel free to use that. Okay, so we are doing a group medium reading today. Hi, I'm a medium named Bri. Thank you all for coming and spending your cozy evening with me. I hope you all feel like so snuggled up wherever you are. I feel so glad we didn't all have to like get in our cars and clear off snow tonight, and we just get to like literally slip on our little slippies and do this together. How many of you here, I have a feeling most of you have like done something like this before. How many of you have like done something like this, medium, anything like this? Cool, 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 cool. Lots of you. Who here is like, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Somebody sent me. Yes, okay, great. Melissa and Daryl, I could have bet my life's money on it, Daryl, that this was your first time. And welcome. So what we're doing tonight is oh wait, Bree, okay, you can't unmute or show your video. Oh, why is that? Here, ask to unmute. Um, ask to start video. I don't know if I can help you with that because everybody else is working. So you might have to like leave, come back, try that. And if anyone wants to help Laura in the chat, feel free to. Um, yeah, leave and come back. So, welcome. When it comes down to what I do and when I'm meeting somebody for the first time, it is just like so many questions coming my way of like, you're a what? When did you learn how to do this? How do you do this? What was the first time this happened for you? So I love to start group readings just by answering all those questions and giving you a little bit of my story and my spiel of just how this all works and how this all came to be for me. Um, if you have heard this before, feel free to tune out or scroll on your phone for a few minutes. But if you've never experienced anything like this, it's really cool. And I think we all have our own connection to spirit, and this is just mine. So, welcome to what I call my villain origin story. Yes, this is how this all happened for me. Basically, literally, let's take you back to my actual birthday here on Earth. Prior to my arrival to Earth, my mom was not a very spiritual person. She had never like considered anything like this. She would have been the person raising her hand, being like, I have no idea what's happening here. And I was a super overdue baby. I was in there. I was like, I am not going back to Earth. I have done my time. And so she was, hanging on to me for a little while longer than she was supposed to be. Eventually, I came out screaming red and almost 10 pounds. Amazing. Thank you, mom. And everything seemed to be okay at first. And they did the thing where they like, put me in one room and my mom's in another room. And in that moment, my mom was sitting there like alone in her bed recovering. And for the first time ever, she heard a voice that she had never heard before. She heard a man's voice in her ear say, Barb, go check your baby. So she got up, she went to the room with like all the babies, and she looks and she's looking around for me, and she can't see me in my little crib thing. But instead there's a bed at the back that's got all these medical professionals, nurses around, gathered around, and that was me. What had happened is they were doing the little baby pinprick test on my heel to check my like reflexes and see if everything was working. And when they did that, they didn't know at the time that I had underdeveloped vocal cords, and they collapsed. My vocal cords collapsed, and in turn, that suffocated me, and I was going blue, and I was on my way out of here. Luckily, they were able to resuscitate me that day. And they told my mom there was a high probability that I wouldn't be able to talk in this lifetime or make any sound. I was a little baby who couldn't cry. Like they would do like baby demonstrations on me because it was really easy to bathe a baby that's not wailing. And so there was a little road to recovery, but I truly believe like I came here with this ability, and that day I just like always joke. I feel like I dipped my toe a little too far into the other side, a little too far into death, and came back as I am. Because after that, my mom was like so curious about like what was that voice she heard? Who spoke to her that day? Who let her know something was happening? And she was just like absorbing all this information. And, people always described me as an old soul as a kid. Like I would be talking to nobody. I had like a vocabulary beyond what they thought I should, which is, yeah, ironic spoiler alert. I got my voice back. Ursula the Sea Witch gave it back. And now I speak for myself and for those that we've lost. So everybody's kind of like, as a kid, were you like totally like the little weirdo? Were you like, connecting people? And I think mostly I had a normal childhood, except that I told everybody that I was a fairy. I told everybody that I could see fairies, I could see angels. And so that was just kind of like life in a nutshell for a while. And this truly is like a coming of age tale. As I grew up, when I turned 18, I got my letter to Hogwarts in the mail, to Conestoga College in Kitchener. And that's kind of where this all really truly starts to happen for me, is in adulthood. And this is the first time I found myself like I'd be feeling really stressed about a test, and so I would go into my mind and I would talk to my dead grandpa. And I would say, Grandpa, can you help me with this test? He had passed when I was only 5 years old. I had one memory of him, but I just felt so connected to him. And I would ask him for help on things. At that time, my grandmother was going into long-term care, and this was his wife. So I would ask him for advice on my schoolwork, and he would tell me things to tell my mom about my Nana. And I just honestly thought this was so normal. I thought every time we were stressed, we would just talk to our dead relatives in our head, and I could hear him back like clear as day. So I really didn't know what I was doing was unusual until this kind of started happening with other people. I had a friend who she lost her dad when she was 15, and I knew her in college, and she had told me a little bit about him, and every time she would talk about him, I could like literally picture him. Like I was like, I can hear his voice, like I know what he would want to say to her. And one time her and I were at a concert together, and the singer was singing this song that he wrote for his daughter, and I just got this overwhelming feeling like this is for you. So I just like looked at her. I was like, Caitlin, this is going to sound so crazy, but I think this message is for you from your dad. Like, he wants to like congratulate you on like getting through school and like don't give up on the end, and just like letting you know that he's here. And she bawled and I bawled, and it was this really cool moment. And then we just never spoke about it ever again. And so I would have moments like this happening where I was like, what is this? I feel like I can hear them, but I was busy. I was 20 years old and trying to like figure out what I'm supposed to do in life. So fast forward a little bit, I had gotten my like first like grown up job. Around this time, I'm like 24, 25, starting to be like, what is the literal meaning of life? What am I doing here? What's my purpose here? And as we all do when we're feeling a little bit lost, I turned to a tarot card reader and I went and got my cards read. And I was like, tell me my life's purpose. And her dog was wearing a diaper and she was wearing a nightgown. And it was like her like room was like beaded curtain and everything. Like it was like proper psychic experience. And nothing made sense at all, but I thought she was really cool. And then I went to Chapters that night, and there was literally like a tarot card deck at Chapters. And this was before tarot was cool. People were not just like doing this like they do now. And so I grabbed it, I took it off the shelf, I went and bought it, and I was like, oh my God, I'm the weirdo at Chapters buying like the tarot card book. And then I was just starting to get really curious about all of the spirituality stuff. My mom had always been really spiritual, as I knew. So um, I had a really cool coworker, and he owned a yoga studio, and he knew I was just like going through it because he was so spiritual. And I'd be like, Shane, I think I'm having a spiritual awakening. And he would be like, go away, I'm editing. Um, and so he came up to me the one day and he was like, Bri, we have this medium coming into our space this weekend. She's going to host this like workshop to meet your spirit guides. And I was like, I'm in. I want to know what the hell's going on. Like, tell me my purpose. So I went and I brought my mom because at that time my mom was like my spiritual person. You all have that person you like call when you're like, hi, oh my God, you won't believe like my past lives were crazy. I just did the coolest meditation with this witch. And your friends like, say less. Yes, I get you. So that was my mom. So I was like, Mom, will you come and do this with me? And it was like in this guy's basement, as all good like spiritual circles happen. So we went, and this medium brought us through this little meditation. And as I was doing it, I was having like a cinematic experience. I was like seeing things, hearing things like for myself, my mom. And so I was so excited when it was done. I like opened my eyes. I was so excited to be like, Mom, what did you see? Like, she was so spiritual. She'd heard these voices before. So I'm like, what did you see? And she's like, nothing. I didn't see anything. And I was like, what? And it turns out most of the room didn't connect, didn't feel anything. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I, was hanging out with a friend a little bit later, telling her about my experience and how cool it was. And she was like, try it on me. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, try what you did in that meditation, like on me. I was like, I don't even, okay. So I just like concentrated really hard, and I identified this aunt for her that I didn't know anything about and I didn't know had passed, and gave her all these details that she was like, oh my God, how do you know this about, yeah, my like mom's sister passed when they were really young. And all this stuff was like blowing her mind and blowing my mind. And I was just like, oh my God, this is insane. Like, this is crazy. And so her and I just never talked about it ever again. As you'll find with this story, it's always like, oh my God, that was so weird. That didn't really happen, did it? No. So I had some friends who would be like really curious about this stuff. Oh, nice hug. That was cute. And I would like read their tarot cards, and I told the one person that you tell all your secrets to because you're like, I know this person's got my back. They won't tell anybody. I told my older sister, I was like, Alyssa, I think I can talk to the dead. I don't know what's going on. And she was like, oh my God, that's so cool. So we would be hanging out, and I would be like, pulling tarot cards. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was like reading from the book at the time. And of course my sister would be like, do it, do the thing, like do the medium thing. And I'd be like, oh my God, no, like that's so embarrassing. Like I'm not telling anybody about that. And she would push me, and so I would do it, and it would blow my mind. The first thing that like ever sticks out from our medium reading that like was wild to me was a friend of mine. I was like, "Your grandma's here, and she's got a plate of cheese," and she was like, "Oh," and I was like, "The plate of cheese means something. Okay, great, like perfect." She's like, "I have literally two memories of that grandma," and she's like, "One, she made this like charcuterie, this plate of cheese, and she was so excited to like tell me all about it, and I was like 12 years old, and I was like, this is nuts, like that's crazy." So this stuff was just kind of happening organically. And then my sister called me one day and she was like, okay, so I have this couple from work. They want to do a medium reading with you. And I was like, Alyssa, like, I'm not telling anybody about this. What are you talking about? She's like, they're so nice. Just go over. Like, I was like, I don't even know how to do like a medium reading. I don't know what that means. And so I went to their house and I was really brave that day. And as soon as we got there, like spirit just did the work for me. Like I connected to this woman's her best friend who felt like a sister to her had passed, and like this mom that was a grandma but like raised her came through. And I just went home that day, and for the first time ever in that reading, I witnessed it really helping somebody. Up until then, it had been really like, I don't know the word, like just really cool and novel to be like, oh yeah, I know this thing about you. But that day, that woman felt so much healing and so much connection. Her best friend passed so quickly in this car accident, and I got to connect them and send these messages on. And I was like, oh, I've been out here looking for my purpose and what I'm supposed to be doing. And like, holy shit, here it is. And so by this time in the story, I had a job working for the government at the city of Kitchener. Hi, Caroline. One of my old coworkers is here. So cute.
Hi, Bri.
Hi. And at my work, I posted that there was like an internal like Kijiji kind of thing, it's like buy and sell thing. So I posted an ad on there that said free lunchtime medium readings, and a bunch of my coworkers are like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Like you might not get I don't know what'll happen for you here." And I was like, yeah, this is so cool. I want to test this out. I want to test this on strangers. I want to see that this is real. I want to like really get into this. So I didn't know if anyone would answer, and 12 people did. And so I read these 12 strangers on my lunch break and after work. And it was just like astonishing to me, the things that were happening and the healing that was happening. And I just, from those days forward, like this person told this person, told this person, told this person. And word was getting out. So I did what all millennials do. I posted a Facebook video coming out as a medium to tell my friends and family what I was doing. And, I was going to start this Facebook page and see if anyone wanted to try a reading. And that was in 2019. And since then, I've done over 2,200 medium readings all around the world. Last year, I hosted over 30 events and group readings and tarot events. And now I get to do this for a living, which is like such a gift and a beautiful thing. And I get to share it with you all today. So, oh my God, cute Emily. So, how this is going to go, how you're going to experience my abilities today. Um, it's not like a scary movie. It's really gentle for me, for everything. It's going to come from within. It's all in my mind, my body, inside of myself. I can see, hear, taste, touch, smell, and mostly just know and feel things. Um, I say it's really similar. If you want like a visual comparison, like what does it look like? I always say it's kind of similar to how we experience our imagination. If you just close your eyes for a moment and just picture pizza in your head, you can picture how it smells and tastes and feels. It's just like that. It's just that the things being shown to me are not thoughts, they're messages for you. So, how it's going to go in finding your people today, I say it's like I'm going to a party in my head where I don't know anybody. It's all your people and your party today. It's a big party. So what I'm going to do is with group style, I like to do it kind of two ways. One, I do love to see who wants to come through all on their own with like names or descriptions. And the thing with that is sometimes the most outgoing people are the ones who come through first and like really loudly. It's not always like, although we already have some people who are not loud. So I feel like I'm contradicting it, but yeah, that's where I like to say like, here's who I'm seeing. But then I also love to use you as their little advocates to like, I'll say, okay, let's just have a volunteer. And you'll just raise your hand and tell me who you want to talk to. Some people kind of hang back a little bit. Some people are a little bit more shy, just like a normal party. You go up to them to talk to them. They're always there. They always want to talk. It's just that's kind of how we're going to navigate it today. And I'm going to try to like get through as many like meaningful readings as I can today and pace it in a way that spirit's really the one in control, not me. And it's really, you know, I'm 50% of this. You folks are the other 50% meeting me halfway, helping me as I'm like describing them or saying things. You're my little detective helping me piece it together. So really just kind of ears open and really like thinking and piecing things together. If something sounds like your person, but like one thing was off, raise your hand, start talking, let me know. Because it's kind of like, ooh, everybody's coming through all at once. Um, in virtual space and in physical group readings, it's hard for me to like see everybody. Sometimes I'm really like zoned in on you when I'm reading you. So if you can help me just be my eyes today as well. If you're like, oh, Bri, like somebody is like, no, that's my person, and I'm missing you, like help me out, right in the chat, literally just say it. It's totally cool. Um, and then when it's your turn is kind of where the fun of this begins and the magic of it. It's going to be like charades mixed with a telephone game. They're just over here showing me all kinds of messages, memories, things for you. Their whole job is to just spark your experience. And so I'm going to give it to you all today. I am recording this too, and I will upload it so you can watch it back. So you don't really have to write anything down today, but if you want to, feel free to. But if anything doesn't make sense, just like, no, leave it for later. Cause I find specifically in group reading, sometimes we're a little nervous. And we might forget things or get a little bit of tunnel vision. I always love to tell this story because it makes me feel better about myself, and that's really important tonight. It's just my very first group reading. I was so nervous. And I like went up to this woman and I was like, "Oh, I feel your sister here." And she's like, "No, I haven't lost my sister." And I was like, "Oh shit, okay." And then the girl next to her smacks her and she's like, "Yes, you have. Aunt so and so passed." She's like, "Oh, yes, I have lost my sister." So that's where, you know, if things don't click, it's okay. I'm just going to water off a duck's back and then we'll just move on. And if it clicks later, let us know. You can always write in the chat. I always get tons of DMs after too. That's like, oh my God, I think that was that person. I forgot about them. What else? Oh, most importantly is just that tears and tissues are a normal, welcome part of this experience. And I'm going to give everything as much love and care as I can as I pass it on to you today, because I know these are your favorite people and your best days and your worst days and everything in between. So know that you're in a beautiful space of, you know, something we all have in common is loss here today. And that's really what this is going to be about, is like the love between us and those on the other side. So you're in good tearful company and you're, you know, at home on camera. So feel free to just, you know, turn off your camera or whatever, walk away, whatever you need. Yeah. Any questions before we get started on this party? No? Beautiful. I did a good job then. So when you're having a party, what is the first thing that you do?
Have a drink.
I like you. Yes, we always have somebody who wants to have a drink at the party. We need to invite them. So what I'm going to have you do is just a little exercise to bring in your people today. So I want to just start, if you can just close your eyes for a moment and just take a few grounding breaths. Just deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And I know we're all coming into this with a whole day behind us of things we've done and people we've seen. So I want you to imagine that there's an empty balloon in your pocket. And I want you to just begin taking nice deep breaths and blowing up that balloon. With every exhale, I want you to release something or someone. This could be a stress, a worry, a fear, an anxiety, something that happened today, something you're supposed to do. Just exhale that right into your balloon. Every exhale, just releasing something. And with one final breath, go ahead and release anything that's left that you need to get rid of. And when your balloon is nice and full, you can tie it off. And I want you to imagine there's a ribbon in your pocket. And go ahead and tie that ribbon around your balloon. And now I want you to hold your balloon out in front of you and say the words to yourself in your mind, I surrender. And as you do, a beautiful breeze comes by and sweeps that balloon right out of your hand, carrying it and your worries far, far away from you. And now I want you to call in your people. Call them in to talk to your friend Bri today. I want you to picture their beautiful faces and their stories and their memories. You might even feel a hug, feel their presence. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and rejoin me here. Okay. Okay, I have to start with somebody because she is like at the front of my mind and I literally know who she is. Lisa. Was the person who passed, is her name Linda? She's Linda. She's standing at the front of the line. And I was like, I know you. And she like was interrupting me. I was trying to talk you through the balloon thing. And she's like looking at her watch. And she's got a dog with her. It's like dad and her dog. Is there like a dog that was like her baby?
Yeah, well, there was two. They had two black labs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, the one I'm seeing right like as she's talking to me is just like eating from her hand. Like I feel like Linda's like sneaking this dog food. She's
Yes.
like, this is her baby. It gets away with whatever it wants. And Linda's like right away showing me her body. Like, look at my body. Look at my body, Bri. Like, can you let her know? Like, I don't know. Her arms feel so much better. Like she's just I don't know the words. Like everything's gone is kind of what she's showing me. Like, I don't know if she had like something going on with like her skin, her like she's like, I'm
Yeah.
free. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want me to validate?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is my stepmom who passed just in November, and my dad had passed a few years before, and Bri has connected now with both of them. So I'm grateful. And Linda had many, many health problems, but one of them was uh, very reactive body. So she would break out and skin, and
Hives
she was
and
on so much
stuff.
medication that her her skin was thin like paper, and
Oh,
she would have these open sores and they would get infected, and then it was just horrible. It was really, really
yeah.
bad. But
Okay, well, this
I'm
is
so happy.
gone. That drove her crazy, and she's so happy
Yes.
it's gone.
Oh,
Um,
good.
and I'd love to share with the group that like I read Linda when she was alive, and
Mhm.
so I recognized her when she was talking, and then I was like, "You have to remind me your name," and she went, Linda. She's so different in the afterlife. Like her voice feels crystal clear. I don't know, and I didn't see her in the last little bit, but she's like my voice. Like her voice feels very powerful, very strong again. Like hear
Yeah.
me roar kind of energy.
She loved to sing, and her
oh,
she was a member of the church choir, and when she got really sick, she had to leave the church choir, and it was her and her best friend is a trained opera singer
whoa.
that sang a beautiful song at her funeral that
Oh,
she yeah, she loved to sing. So it's
Linda loves
the fact
that.
that she mentioned her voice for sure.
Oh, that's so special. She just looks like so young and healthy, and it's not often I get to read somebody in life and then in the afterlife. This might actually be a first for me now that I'm thinking about this. Um, like I don't recognize, like I do recognize her, but I don't. Like her face just looks so glowing and happy. Um, and then her and dad are dancing. Like your dad just wants to dance with her.
I,
Um,
that's what I pictured when you said to bring them in. I pictured them dancing in their kitchen.
oh, this is the miracle of mediumship. Wow. And then she's also got, I think this is her mom who's here too. I don't know if she had a sister as well, but they're cooking for her. And she's like, let them know, like, I'm eating. And like, she is like savoring every bite of her food. She's so happy about this. And then painting a sunset. Is there something about like a painting of a sunset?
Um, yes. Yes. Is well, there's it could be, yes. I mean I paint, as you know.
Yes. Yes.
Um, I have painted many things for her. I'm trying to think of a sunset. Well, the irony is I have an unpainted sunset painting right beside me that I've been meaning to finish, and maybe that's her
I
nudge to
wrote
have me
down
finish it.
I wrote down paint me a sunset. Paint me a sunset. Like,
Okay,
yeah,
done.
that's crazy. You have one that's like
If
half.
I turn my camera, you could see it. It's just the underpainting done, and I keep bugging myself. I'm like, I keep getting mad at myself that I haven't finished it, but
Oh my God. Okay. Leslie loves that. She wants to
okay,
watch you do that. And she's just
okay.
like, she's so cute because she's like, Bri, I don't want to take up your time. I just want to let everyone, like, let her know, like, I'm okay. I'm with dad. We're good. She goes, everything was handled so well. And she goes, she's really funny too, now that she's like free of like her illness. Like she's got a
Hilarious.
yeah, really good sense of humor. And she's like, just let her know, like everything you like did for me to get me like out of here is so appreciated. And almost this feeling of she's like, now you can exhale a little bit. Like now you can let go. Like it kind of feels like freeing in a way that feels really good for her to know like my kids kind of have their lives back and like
Yeah.
have space to be themselves again. And then she's like pointing to you and like talking about your health, and she goes, you take care of yourself. Like she's like, you take care of this body. Because she goes, you're thinking about everybody else and you're forgetting about you. So she goes, don't forget about that. And she goes and get some sleep.
I know. I hear ya. Thanks, Linda.
Aw.
I need to sleep.
Oh, do you? Aw.
I,
Oh.
yes.
Well, they came through first, so you can have a nap for the rest of the evening.
Oh, I'm grateful. Thank you so
I know
much.
that your dad loves you so much. He's very, oh my God, I feel like Linda's personality makes sense to like run through. She's so cute. But your dad's like standing there very like, what's the word? Like, I don't know, he just looks so like good and strong and like, just like real knowing, like smile. And he's just like giving you a little wink and letting you know he loves you.
Oh,
He's so smart. Okay. Okay, now I have to go over to um, the Wendy name. I was just looking at the other name too, really quick before I go to Wendy. Is there anyone with a May? Someone named May, like the month? No? Okay. So that was the other name I was hearing. I was hearing Wendy and May. Okay, so we have a Wendy who's here, and we have Wendy mom in spirit for Emily, who I've read so many times, and I don't think I've ever learned your mom's name. So that's so cute. And it makes sense. I was sitting here getting ready, and she's like, you already know me. I'm gonna sit here and say my name until you acknowledge me. Hi, Wendy. And then I also want to talk to Wendy who's here. If did Wendy, you got you oh, I see you now. You got
Yeah,
everything figured out. We'll come to you next.
you
Because
can
if
do
I'm
other Wendy first if you want.
I want to talk to your mom first because I'm like, this
Okay.
is mom. I feel like I see her. And she just comes and she's just like sitting next to you and looking at you with a real like comforting look on your face and this real like knowing look. And I don't know if things have like not been going well lately or if like it gets like I'm like, oh, you know when like mom knows something's up, like she's giving me that look. And I feel like that's what she's doing for you in this moment. Like, I see you, I see what's been going on. Like, um, she's giving me money. Your mom's like, take this money. Like, I wish I could help you out. And maybe there's just something going on financially too. Um, she's showing me candles. Is there anything with like candles or like birthday candles?
She had so many.
Just
So we
candles.
just,
She's a candle
yeah,
lady. Cute.
it's like it's a thing. And on the
Okay,
money
cute.
thing, I'm planning to leave my job without a backup plan.
Okay, mom is with you. She's literally
Yeah.
like giving you the mom look of like, we're making a calculated risk here and makes sense that she's willing to give you money. She's like, don't you're leaving your job. Here's money. Um, I just feel like everything's gonna be okay. Like I just that feeling you get like when you used to call your mom and would be like spiraling, like, and she'd just say, like, Emily, it's all okay, you've got this. Like that's what she's giving to you right now, this like knowing sense that what you're doing is right. Um, she's like flashing lights at me too. I don't know if you've been getting like flickering lights in your place. Yeah, it makes sense. It's like, I'm here, I'm here. And your mom is like, not, I feel like she's not, I don't know how to say this. Like, sometimes they're really talkative and sometimes they're very present. And I think that's like your mom's message today is like, I'm here and I'm with you. And she's wanting to acknowledge that. And I also can't help but feel like she's kind of like, I want to help the other Wendy out. Like, I feel like your mom's figured this out. They like cracked the system. They're like saying their names before reading. But know that your mom loves you so much. She says, don't worry about dad. And she says it like 3 times to me, like, don't worry about dad. I don't know if you're like physically planning to move as well as part of this, like leaving your job, but she's like, don't worry about him. Like you go where you want to go, you do what you want to do. Um, and she's like, and give him a hug for me. And she loves your dog. I'm seeing her like pet your dog, and she's just like your dog. I feel like your dog grew up. Like your dog was like looking at her with really like wise eyes now. Like I feel like they're finally at their puppy stage and into their like I'm here to help you stage.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. If not yet, soon. Do you have anything you want to ask your mom? Or are you okay with what she gave you
No,
today?
I just appreciate knowing she's here.
Oh, me too. That's so cool. She said her name. Okay. Other Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Wendy, have you lost your mom?
No.
No. Okay. Have you lost mother-in-law?
Yes.
Yes. She kind of like loud and exciting.
Um, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know if
it's
I'd call her
okay.
loud and exciting, but
Yeah, that's okay. Let me describe her to you and how I see her. Because she's like, she like grabs me and then she wants to talk, your mother-in-law. Like she grabs you at the party, you're not leaving. Like she's like, and she's really thoughtful. Like she wants to know like everything going on with you guys. Like, how is everything? Are we okay? So Alicia, this is grandma for you, right?
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah. And I've actually been dreaming of this grandma lately.
Whoa, she was like ready. I feel like they do this before readings. People dream about their loved ones. It's so cool.
Mhm.
Grandma is like pinching you. I feel like she's such like a proper grandma. She's like, hi, 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 and like squidging your little cheeks. She's
Yeah.
really nice. Your grandma, she's so sweet. I feel like good intentions and maybe, you know, sometimes you're just like, okay, as her daughter-in-law, you're like, that's enough. Okay, let's, yep. Um, okay. And then I'm seeing this man over there as well. Um, is there, doesn't feel connected to her. So is there like dad for you, Wendy, that's passed? Okay.
yeah.
Oh, hi, dad. Your dad's cool. You have really
He
awesome
is
loved
good.
ones. Does this make sense to you? I want to talk to your dad all day. He like sits me down and he's like telling me all about life, and I feel like he's got really good advice. Um, And he's feeding birds when I talk to him. Does that mean anything to you guys? Because if not, I'm gonna say like birds is definitely one of the ways that he comes to talk to you.
Like
Okay.
cardinals. red
Cardinals.
cardinals with
I see
mine.
cardinals all the time.
Aw. I'm all stitched back up, he says. I'm all stitched back up. I don't know if he was like physically not in a really good place at the end of his life, because he feels like he wants to look like so strong and like glowing when I see him. And he's like, sorry, I had to go. Like he's talking about the timing of his passing, and it feels really like there's never a good time to pass, but it feels like a really hard time when he ended up going. And he goes like, I held on, I held on, I held on, like tell my daughter, like I was holding on.
Yeah, it's been 21 years. So he was,
Whoa.
yeah, he was pretty young.
Aw. So did you know your grandpa, Alicia?
Like a little bit. I have like little memories.
Aw, because he
And same with my
loves
granny. Little
you.
memories.
Yeah, he thinks you're so smart. He's like grandpa and he's like super grandkid. Um, he's playing a lot of music as I talk to him. I don't know if like
Like a
music
harmonica.
Harmonica, maybe?
harmonica. Oh my God, cute. Oh, that's funny. He reminded me of my grandpa, and my grandpa played the harmonica. Um, and is there a place on water for you,
Yes.
Wendy, for you and him? Okay, that's where he is when he talks to me. Um,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's funny. He's like, this stuff is crazy. Like, he's like, I can't believe this. Like, I feel like he's over in the afterlife, like, still being wowed by it.
Probably.
He's probably partying.
Yeah. Is there anyone named Ben for you guys? No, names are weird. They literally either make perfect sense or no sense. So I always say them when they come through. Um, and then your dad's like giving me concert tickets, and I feel this like urge to go. Like he's like, go see a concert, like go get in front of some music. Um, and do you have anything you want to ask him or your mother-in-law?
Um, no, I just want to tell him I love him because I didn't get that opportunity, or I didn't make sure I did take the opportunity. So
Yeah.
I just want him to know that.
Your dad is really bad with emotions. He gets like, when he gets sad, he's like, he gets all red and he gets all like flustered, and he's just like, I'm just seeing how much he loves you, and he's just giving you this big hug, this big squeeze, and he's like I've got my eye on you, and he's flipping this dime at me too. So if you get dimes, like know that that's
Okay.
the dimes and the cardinals are dad. Is somebody like in a home right now in your family? Like, okay, is that your mom?
And
Your mom. I feel so sad when he like talks about that. And he's just, I don't know if things are just like, it feels really out of your hands. And he's just saying to me like you'll know when it's time. Um, and he's like, and thank you for like putting her where she needs to be. Like mom's okay. Um, is she like losing her memory at all?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because he goes, you're gonna be with her for a little while longer, but it does just feel like don't stop your life, like go on vacation, or like if somebody's like wanting to like move or do something, like dad's kind of like you can't like sit still forever. And he's like, you'll know, like I'll come to get you to let you know when it's time for mom.
Okay,
Yeah. And he says, thank you for looking after her.
good.
Yeah. Is there somebody's birthday coming up?
It's her birthday. It's our grandma's birthday. My
It's your
mom's.
Oh, crazy. I heard happy birthday.
Yeah, it's her birthday.
Whoa, wow, that is your dad through and through. Yeah. Okay,
Wow.
very cool. Okay. Is that okay with everything we got from those folks? You guys okay, Alicia and Wendy?
Yeah.
That okay, cool. Okay. I've got a younger guy here, but I feel like he's not as young as he's telling me he is. He is woodworking, and like you will know him because he's woodworking. He's like in his garage, he smells like wood chips. Um, I want to call him dad. Has somebody here lost like a dad that did this, was like super handy? I gotta blow out this candle, it's making me stuffy.
I lost a dad.
Okay, that makes sense with like woodworking specifically, Janine.
Yeah, he used to carve ducks and decoys and stuff.
Okay. Did he pass a while ago? Has it been like 10 years or more? No? Okay, your dad looks very young when he comes through, but like I said at the beginning, I was like, I don't know if this guy actually is young or he just wants to look this way. Okay. He says the words to me like here and then gone, here and then gone. Was he like, do you have a brother?
Yeah.
Does
Two
your
of them.
brother, two of them, does one of them like him and dad, were they kind of like a we're okay, now we're not okay, we're okay, now we're not okay relationship?
What do you think? Mm,
It's okay if the answer
I'm
is no. I'm just trying to understand what
Yeah.
he's saying to me. And then have you also lost his mom, so grandma?
Yeah.
Okay. Did grandma smoke?
No.
No. Did your dad?
No.
Okay, I'm seeing this old lady next to dad. She's smoking. So I wonder how she might be connected. And also, if this stuff is making more sense for somebody else, please like let me know and speak up. Um, okay. Is there a young man as well for you that's passed though, that would be like a generation below dad? So would be like, um, and like
Um,
connected to like motorcycles?
no.
I'm wondering if maybe this is for me.
Okay, Denise, is this making sense? Okay.
Yeah, a little like there's everything that you said has a connection. So I have an uncle
Okay.
that was like a dad to me,
Oh, okay.
and he lived in Canada and then he moved back to Holland, so the coming and going makes sense.
Okay.
And he has a son that drives motocross.
Whoa. Okay, I think this is for you. Sorry, Janine. And his son's
Sorry,
still
I
alive.
didn't want to steal your thunder.
No, it's not stealing. It's letting them know,
That's
like,
okay. No worries. No.
yeah, it's just the little like guess who game, right? Of knowing who they are. So he has his son does motocross, and this is an uncle to you that's like a dad. And then is there grandma for you as well? So like his mom?
His mom, like my grandma just passed in October.
Oh, okay. Well, they're so happy to be together. He's so happy to have her. Grandma's so nice. She's funny. Your grandma's got a good sense of humor.
She did.
Yeah. And she's like really taking care of him and taking care of everyone. Like your grandma like carries the weight of the family on her shoulders. And I'm sure that like in losing her, there's probably a lot of like confusion and what's going to go on next and everything. Um,
She had 9 kids, so
oh my God. Okay, yeah, she's
Yes.
super important. Holy. And she's giving me a baby. Did somebody like have a baby after she passed or like recently is pregnant?
not that I know of.
Okay. Tell everyone to be really careful if they don't want a baby because grandma's thrusting it at me. Which is usually my way of them telling me, like, here this comes, like, look out. Or maybe it's a welcome sign for somebody. Your uncle is so cool. What's his name?
He was the total funkle. His name is Coon.
Coon. I literally was like, I feel like he's trying to say his name, but I don't know it. And I don't know the name Coon. Hi. Hi, Coon. Literally the Funkle. He's so like, I literally see him in his garage. He's like dressed very cool. He's messing around. He's like got a beer for me. Um, and he keeps tapping you on the shoulder. Like, I don't know if you keep getting this feeling like he's like in the house with you, or you're like, oh, I like feel like someone behind me. He's like, that's me. Like, I just tap your shoulder. I come and say hi. Is he a grandpa now? Does he have like grandkids of his own?
No, but he passed. He took his own life. He passed 4 weeks after I had my first child, and he was. We found out after he passed that he had actually planned to come and surprise me because he lived in Holland then. The week that he passed, he was supposed to be in Canada as a surprise to come. So we always called him Opacoon. Like my kids were like gonna be his grandkids.
Well, he's acknowledging that. Like he's like grandpa, grandpa. Are there two kids for you?
There's three.
There's three. Okay. Are there two girls?
Three girls.
Three girls. Okay, three girls. I'm just getting the number wrong because I wrote down two girls, like the girls, and I'm grandpa. He wants to acknowledge that role in your life, even still. He like shows me the three girls and he's like trouble, 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 like all of them. And he's so cute with them. And just know that he knows your kids. Like it feels so important. He like lets you know that. And I feel like, oh my gosh, I just feel like a lot of loss in your family in general. And he's like, I just want to like, and a lot of stress. Like I want to like clear like the air for you guys, like clear the like energy. I don't know if things have just felt like really like everything's against you lately, but know that like your fun uncle, your funkle is like, I'm doing everything I can to clear that out. He goes, tell her grandma's cooking for me. And grandma's like got her like her mobility back. Like she's like showing me her legs. Like she's like going for a walk and she's like, look at me, look how fast I am. And then have you been like looking at old like actual photographs of him? I'm like looking at photos as I talk to him.
Oh yeah, pictures are huge. Like there's my kids never knew him, but like they know who he is just because we have pictures of him all over the house and we talk about him all the time. And
He goes, and I'm there. He goes, they see me. He goes, I freak them out. Like he's like kind of a little jokester that way. And he goes, I'm always like the light in the camera, like the light in the photos. Like I'm not typically like an orby person, but he's like saying like he's like showing up as like orbs. Like I don't know if it's even like in the cameras and the kids were little or something, but he's like, that's how I come and say hi.
yeah, his daughter was visiting us this summer and we were taking all kinds of pictures and friends of theirs were over and in every picture the sun there's this orb and she's like, that's Coon, that's him.
That's him confirming that and letting you know. Giving me this feeling of like moving on or moving away from something. So I don't know if there's just like, I don't know how this applies in your world, if like somebody's like wanting to leave a job or something, but he's like kind of like knowing when to move on, like knowing when to move forward is really powerful. And he's like, you have to like listen to your heart when it comes to this stuff. And I feel like your family is like really nice and grandma's like, we're all so nice, but we can be very like suffocating. Like she's like, just remember to like think for yourself and like do things for yourself and know that like you don't have to always be like the middleman for everybody and like trying to keep it all together. Like grandma's like, it's okay to just like do what's right for you and your girls.
I'm 100% the middleman in my family.
Aw. Well, grandma releases you of that responsibility. It's boom, just like that. It's that easy, right? And she's just giving you this big hug. She's so grateful for you. She goes, you're so talented. You're so smart. And she's like, don't you forget that. And she goes, tell the girls to look for butterflies this summer. She goes, Grandma wants to visit as a butterfly. Okay. Okay, do you have any questions for them? Are you okay with what we got?
I'm good. I just miss him.
Oh, yeah. I know that like his really cool personality is so very intact.
Good.
He's also not someone to talk about his passing. He feels very like okay with it and very at peace with it. Like he's like, I'm good. Like, yeah, he just wants everybody else to be okay. And there's a dog with him. He's like, you can't leave without saying the dog is here. So I don't know if there's like a dog for you and your family has passed. But this dog is like running around him and grandma.
I have a dog, but it's still here.
Okay, good. Actually, I'm curious, does anybody have like a border collie that passed here? Like this super energetic border collie? Oh, Lindsay, that makes sense for you. Is this like dog like your human child baby love? I can't hear you. If you want to unmute yourself.
Sorry, I was like, I'm using a mouse that doesn't want to slide properly.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I lost my heart boy a couple of years ago.
Oh my gosh, cute. So normally in group readings, I'm like, dogs, you stay back. But that's really cute because I feel like everyone's like passing the torch tonight. Like the dead people are like, now you go here, now you go here. And literally this like cool uncle was like, you have to say this dog. And normally I like don't really like understand breeds in spirit, but he's like border collie. And this dog is like so brilliant. And you trained this dog so well. And it's like coming and like sitting so attentively looking at you. Have you also lost your dad?
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't actually.
Okay, because your dog is literally the feeling of like grandpa's here. So I'm like, I don't know if it's your dog's grandpa or your grandpa.
I have lost grandparents.
Okay. Is there a grandpa that you were really close to?
Um, yeah, I would say so.
Grandpa's like showing me dragonflies as soon as I start to talk to him. I don't know if there's any meaning with those for you.
Not sure.
I think I might just kind of connect here a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Had a border collie when I was a little girl.
Mm.
And I have a father that's passed.
Okay.
And the dragonfly, I have a dragonfly tattoo. So that kind of might be it.
Okay, if it's okay, Lindsay, I'm gonna pass it
Perfect.
over here to Melissa because it sounds
By
like
all
that's
means.
really making sense. Well, your dog came to get me, which is so cute, and literally was like, "This is my like this is Grandpa, like your dog's grandpa, Dad." And then Dad showed me the dragonfly. Um, was your dad really sick before he passed? I'm like touching my chest. It feels like, oh, like I just feels like there's something in there. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, for sure. He passed of cancer and it ended up actually congestive heart failure. So yeah.
Know that this is like out of his body, and your dad, like, he hated being sick. He's like, this was like so scary and frustrating for him. And he's like, I just want to like pull this out of my body, he says. And he's like, I'm free, like I'm okay, like this is gone, I'm all good. Did your dad ever like to go fishing?
All the time.
Oh,
I have to get something. Just a second, actually.
okay. Is it a dragonfly?
No, it's actually not. It's you said to get a picture of your loved ones.
Oh my God, is he fishing?
That's my dad and I, and he's actually setting up the rods to go fishing.
That's insane. Literally what he was showing me is I was like, I feel like I am his kid and he's like teaching me how to like put bait on a hook is what the memory he showed me to get me to say fishing. That is so crazy. This stuff is bananas. Well, know that this is your dad through and through. And your dad is so patient. Like your dad loved being a dad. Like he just feels like one of the good ones. And he goes, I wish I like treated my health a little bit better because he goes like I didn't always listen to what was going on. And he's like stubborn in the nicest way, your dad. Like he's just like, this is just who I am. And he goes, unfortunately, like my stubbornness got in the way sometimes, but he's like, in the end, like, I'm so okay. And he's also like, your dad's like, I wanted to talk at the end, but I couldn't talk. Like, was he like unable to speak in the last few days?
Yeah, that's actually for sure. Yes.
I don't think he thought he was gonna pass. Like, even though he had cancer and like all this stuff was going on, like your dad felt like he had more time still. And he's like, I just wanted to like, he like almost this feeling of like, oh shit, it's gonna happen. And like I realize it. And now I'm like, why didn't I say all these things? And your dad's really sweet because he's like going down like almost a checklist. Like, can you tell them like I love them? I'm proud of them. Like, thank you for everything. Um, and even just like the last days of his life, I feel so comfortable. Like he's like, this feels so good. Like I keep hearing like music playing in here too. I don't, did you like play music in his room for him?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
He's really, really grateful for that. You made it so comfortable for him. Do you have like a little girl or is there like a little granddaughter?
Uh, he has 3 little granddaughters. Yes.
The number 3, huh? All these 3 granddaughters.
Now, when you were specifically saying little granddaughter, we do have a 6-year-old that is named after his mom.
Amazing. That's yours? Your 6-year-old?
Yes.
Oh, cute. He's acknowledging her. He laughs really hard at her. Like he's like, she is just like, I feel like this little outer space being, this sweet little like fairy alien child who's just like here to make the world so much brighter. And he just calls her a gift. Like he's like, she's a gift. She's a gift from like everybody up there sent her down to you. And then she I heard him go, hello, Daryl, in like a much deeper voice, like a I'm still her father kind of way. And he's just like patting you on the back. He really likes you. He really admires you. And he goes, thanks for taking care of things down there for me.
Can I acknowledge something there as well? Just
Yeah.
so we met maybe 3 years within 3 years of my dad's passing. So Daryl never actually got to meet my father. So that's kind of a confirmation there too. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like he's still your dad, and he's like, I got my eye on you. You treat her right. And he really, really respects you. And he thinks you're so good for each other. And he's like, you really make things a lot easier.
Oh yeah.
And then he's handing me a for sale sign. Are you moving? Is there something going on with like selling a place or buying a place?
Absolutely. We're actually looking to list our house in the next few months. So that's
Crazy. Oh my God. Well, this is your big fat sign from dad of yes. It was like for sale and he handed it to me. Time to go, kiddo. Do you have anything you want to ask him? Are you okay with what we got from him?
I'm more than okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. He loves you so much and he's so nice. Like, I just feel like literally as I talk to him, I just feel like a little girl. Like, I feel like I'm 6 years old and I'm just like looking up at him like, that's just how he makes everybody feel. And he's still doing that for you guys. And he goes, wait, Bri, tell her I'm sending her dragonflies. And he goes, and music. I love to send her music. The right song at the right time. He goes, I've got your back, kid. Yeah. Thanks, Dad.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. He's so cool.
He was the coolest dad ever.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, who are all these ladies like coming in all at one time? Oh, this is funny. Okay. Does somebody have mom and like 2 sisters to mom that has passed? mom and sisters, these like aunts. I've got like, or maybe they're all sisters and they're not a mom to any of you. There's 3 of them and they're all women and they look really similar. And the name like Joy or Joyce? Anything with that name? Okay. There's literally 1, 2, 3. Bri, there's 3 of us. This lady is really firm and really bossy.
Oh, are we on? Yeah. Hi, Bri.
Hi,
My
Tracy.
mom's name is Joyce. Move up.
Oh shit. Okay, your mom's name is Joy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And you guys are literally in a whole group of you there. Okay.
Yes.
So I feel like they're all coming in. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry, your mom's making me laugh. She's like, see, I told you. Like, she's like, oh, funny. Hi, mom. Okay. Show me everybody, mom. Okay. Mom, and then just is somebody else's mom that's passed that's connected to you guys? Like one of you guys also have a mom, or like this other mom that's connected to her?
Well, her mom.
Her mom? Okay. Did she lose a sister, your mom?
Yes.
Okay, it's her and her sister for sure.
Oh, man.
That's so cute. Oh, they're so fun, your family. I feel like I just got sucked into this, like,
We're a good time. We're a good time.
yeah, yes, you are. I feel like I just got like brought into this like epic party and everyone's talking to me. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, okay. And know that I'm also seeing Jenny and her mom.
Oh, stop.
Her mom's like, hang on, hang on. She grabs them and brings them forward to me. We're all like celebrating Jen though. Like we're celebrating.
Yeah. Yes.
Um,
Bri, Scotty's here too. Can we bring him down?
Oh my God, yeah, for sure. If he wants to listen. I know Scotty's not always listening to this.
He doesn't believe in the witchcraft and sorcery. Oh, I'm so glad that you saw my mama.
Your mom's hilarious. She like, I didn't see her. She saw me. She was like,
yes, she
and
did.
I was about to walk away from her because I was like, no one's saying. And she was like, Joyce. Like,
yes,
so weird.
Joyce, that's my mama.
Come here. Come sit here.
Come sit there. Okay. Yeah.
And for everybody here, Tracy here, who we're talking to, she was actually at my very first like private group reading. And her friends have come to a few group readings because they've lost one of like their best friends, who was this incredible woman who mom just brought through. And actually, as I'm saying, that's so weird. I did read Jenny when she was alive.
Yes, you
And
did.
her past. That's a cool coincidence tonight. What are we celebrating with Jenny? Is there like something like, I feel like mom is like, this is for her, like we're celebrating her.
Well, February is the month that she was born and the month that she left us.
Oh,
And we just celebrate her every chance we get, and February is a big month for us. So
okay.
Right.
Well, no,
We're always together on the day that she died, and we celebrate her birthday 2 weeks after that, and we all get together and celebrate her because that's what she wanted us to do.
yeah.
And she asked that we just always remember and celebrate her life. So we honor that all the every day, but every chance that we get. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, know that it's funny because the moms are talking to me right now. Like, I mean, like Jenny is Miss like microphone talker, but like the moms are like, you're gonna hear us first. And know that her mom is so grateful to you guys for everything that you've done for her. She goes like, my grandson, like you all look out for him. And she's like, he's got like a million moms. Like she's like, he is so like protected by you all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. And we do look after him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that like
Yeah.
your mom and her mom and your aunt, like they're all hanging out. Your mom
We
and her mom.
knew that they would.
Oh,
Even when my mom was alive, we knew that our mothers would get along. And then my mom died, and we immediately knew that they were together
Oh,
talking about us and
yeah, they're so
how brats we
protective.
were. And
Yes. I feel
yeah,
like you and Jenny just have these like big, beautiful, sweet hearts, and the moms are like, we protect these two, like we take care of these hearts.
they do. Yeah.
Um, okay, now Jen's like, can I talk? And she just like
Please
hits
let her talk. Please let her
she
talk.
hits like play on a song and it gets so loud in my head. She's putting on like cowboy boots, she's putting on a dress, she's brushing her hair, and she like looks like she goes, you can say it, Bri, like I'm a 10 out of 10. Like you tell them I'm like a 10 out of 10. And I feel like she's so happy to like get dressed up, get ready again. Like she's like showing me her eyelashes, like her skin, like she looks so beautiful. She's like, you tell my best friends, like you tell them I'm 20 years younger over here. Like you let them know I look so much younger than all of them. Like you tell them. Um, and then she's joking to me about a hot tub. Is there something about like a hot tub hangout with like somebody in their family in the friend group? In the hot tub.
Well, we hot tubbed with her and Scotty.
Well, their neighbors have a hot tub.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. I feel like that's how she wants to like hang out, like literally beer in her hand, looking so good, gets in this hot tub, and then she just like shooting the shit when I see her. Oh my God, she's like filling my head with this song. I'm like hearing a song and there's literally like birds flying around me. Is there like a song that connects with birds or like birds like the sign for her?
Bluebird.
Bluebird? Okay.
Bluebird, Miranda Lambert.
Oh, that's her. And then she's like, um, she's grabbing, I'm assuming this is Scotty's guitar. Do you play guitar, Scotty?
Yeah,
Okay. And
She
she's like
dabbles.
I dabble. Yeah.
she's holding it so close. Like she's like our like gift of music together feels so sacred to her and like the joy that you guys have in music. And then she goes, what about our song? I don't know if like you wrote one for her, like it's like ours, like not the Bluebird song, the other song, like you and me. And then she's giving me
Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple, I guess.
that's okay. And then she's
Yeah.
giving me a whole bunch of wine for you.
That's weird.
And it might just be to get that laugh out of you. I don't know what it means. She's like giving me all this wine and she's like got a big smirk on her face. Did you guys get to take a trip? I'm somewhere really hot with her and she's showing me like I'm not well. I know I'm not well and we're on this trip together. And she's like, this trip at the end of her life feels like I'm just so glad we did this.
Yeah, we had a couple trips to Jamaica, a couple hot trips.
And then she says, like, go again, honey. Like, now it's your turn. Like, go on these trips. I don't want you to, like, not travel and not do things just because I'm not there.
All right.
And then are we, like, all matching tattoos? I'm, like, getting, like, almost, like, 7 tattoos. Did a bunch of people get them?
Yes, we all got tattoos.
Oh, my God. Cool. She loves it.
We all got tattoos last
All of
summer.
us.
In August?
September.
September. Oh my God, she freaking loves it. And she's like, me too, me too. Like, let them know, like, I got the tattoo with them.
Oh my God.
She thinks that's so cool. And now she's just like laughing and she goes, it's quiet down there without me, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I just feel like she's showing me all these really sweet things. Like she like ate up every teaspoon of life. Like she really did. And she's like, I miss like the really simple things. Like I miss texting my friends to check in on them and texting you guys just like funny things or how are you or this new song. And I want to like bring her son home. Is he like somewhere else? I want to bring him home and I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Dad.
Is he far?
Florida.
Florida.
Holy shit. Okay, that is far.
Or
I feel like it's one of those things that none of us can do anything about, but sometimes it's just nice to know that she's feeling that too. And she's like, I just wish we could like bring him back here because he's got so many people who love him. Like, and I feel like she really valued chosen family. And he's like, I just wish that the people he's with understood that and like understood that like this boy was raised by a village. And then she calls you the village idiots and laughs really hard in my head. She goes, they might be a village. She goes, some of them are the village idiots, but you can say that. I know it's shocking to maybe some of you, but
I know, totally fine. It's fun.
their personality.
It's polite, actually. But it's polite.
I'm like seeing some of the other faces in the group that are like, oh, I'm like, no, that's her. That's
No, it's
her.
okay.
Not me. It's a loving poking fun. And then she's just sitting and looking at you all, and she's like kind of taking you all in, and she's like, tell everyone like they look really good. And she goes like, things have been feeling really good for everybody, like finally following my passing. Maybe it doesn't feel like that, but she's like, I see like the good in all my friends. I see the things that you guys are doing. I see like how things are getting better. And she goes, I'm a good luck charm over here. Like I'm helping you get the promotions, the new job, the new money. And she's like, I don't stop. I don't sleep over here. And she goes, I stay away from the moms sometimes because they just like put me to work. She's like, they want to cook, they want to like gab all day, but she's like, I'm still partying in the afterlife. Like she's like, I'm not done with them. Like I'm not ready to be with them. But she's like showing me she's like at a concert. And she's like, can you tell Tracy like her mom is just as beautiful as we all remembered her to be? I feel like your mom was like one of the first to be there with her. Like her mom treated her, but I'm like, I see your mom, and your mom has such like angelic energy and features. Do you guys have anything you want to ask her?
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. What does she have to say about Scotty and his new reno and the house and how that's going?
She goes, as long as it's not a new girlfriend, I'm fine with it.
Oh, mother.
She goes, do you guys have a pool? She's like, is the pool still okay?
Yeah.
She goes, then I'm fine with whatever you want to do with it.
You know, she always said, use the pool. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she still use the pool.
Anything for Asen is it? I know you said a lot, you know, about that. Is there any? We always talk to Asen, so is there anything that we should tell him?
Whew. She's a crier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes, I see him in his dreams. Like, tell him, like, I visit his dreams and, like, it's real. Like, it's not a dream. Like, mom comes to see you. She loves him, like, in ways words can't describe. And she's like, I'm not even going to try. She goes, I'm so proud of him. She goes, he's a really, like, compassionate little boy.
Yes.
Like, he's got, like, the biggest heart. And also just like he's not doing anything wrong. I feel like he thinks he's in trouble, and it's like he's not doing anything wrong. And yes, he can get a tattoo when he's older. And she's just got him in this little like bubble of love. And she goes, tell him I'm gonna send him a feather and he needs to keep his eye out. And he goes, you like tell Aunt Tracy when you find the feather.
Aw.
Yeah, she loves him. Anything else you want to hear from her? You guys okay with what we got?
Well, we would love to, but we have other people that are here to talk to.
Yeah, so
Thank you for,
cheers to Jenny.
yeah.
Yeah, everybody, a little cheers to Jenny, the party animal.
Enjoy, enjoy.
And Joyce, that is so funny. I feel like especially when I'm reading for people that I've read before, if I like see them, I'm like, oh, I just want to see them. But like tonight, they're like, fine, we'll find our way in. I'll tell you my name. Like, you're
I
really
did talk to my mom a lot today because it's not just about Jen, and
yeah.
so I talked to my mom too.
Yeah. Yeah, she understood the assignment. She heard you, and she's like, she is so loving, and your mom is so cool. And just know that she likes her tattoo too.
And tell her granddaughters love her.
Aw. She goes, luckiest mom in the world. I'm the luckiest mom, luckiest grandma.
Mm.
The other name, did I mention this one yet? The Martha. Does anybody have a Martha that's passed? No? Okay.
I do. I do have a grandma. My grandma's name is Martha. And I was like, don't come through right now. Don't come through. My kids are feral and we have about the contractor come in the house. Of course she does. If nobody else has a grandma or anybody with Martha, then I'm like,
That's very funny. I heard Martha before the group reading, and I told her I will write down your name. I was brushing my teeth and I heard her saying, Martha, Martha. Hi, Grandma. Sorry she's coming through at the least ideal time for you. And then there's also this man with her who I think is younger. Is there like an uncle for you on even like the other side of your family that's passed? With like a J name?
she has lots of brothers that all of them are a lot younger.
Okay.
Which
Is
I
your
wouldn't
grandma
know.
like your person in spirit? Like who you'd want to?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, then go for it, Martha. She's giving me flowers. There's so many flowers in my head as soon as I start to talk to her. I don't know if you connect these with her. Does that make sense?
I've been planning a huge flower field and there's been lots of plants changes and I'm just like, I just want this huge field of flowers and there's so many like to-dos and things aren't really working out the way I'm planning and I've been really mad about it and I dream of this flower stand at my house and yeah, and thinking of flowers for the last 2 months nonstop.
Oh my gosh, crazy. Okay, because I was like, I just my mind fills with flowers as I talk to her. She's like not wanting you to give up on this dream. It also feels like flowers where people can like gather and like come. And she's like, you're gifted. Like you have gifts, she says. And she's like, you're supposed to use them. And part of that is like this like flower space. And like she goes, your voice. Like, what about your voice? Like you need to speak up and share like your gifts. Does that make sense?
Yes. It does. Yeah, it does a lot. There's a lot of different kinds of things that it could be that she's talking about. Yeah.
And then she goes like almost like buckle up for a bumpy ride, she says, but like you gotta ride it out. Like she's like, it's gonna feel like you're literally just like driving on like but she's like, hang in there.
It's
And
my
so that's okay. We can cut it short. We can cut it short. Know that grandma loves you. She came through. You got
Thank you.
you needed. I'm not gonna force you to work through that.
But the bumpy road I think she's talking about is we're about to sell our house. That's why everything's crazy. We're about to move 15 hours away from this town and everything feels up in the air. And we're like, this is a crazy bumpy road. And I'm like, is this supposed to be it? Like, I don't know.
It is. It is. That's her grandma's like, buckle up. You've got this. She loves you. Now go answer the door for your contractor.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paula. So funny. Martha's like, don't you dare leave. Okay. I have a mom here who's coming forward who really loves art, or their like person here is attached to art and like makes art. She's a little bit more on the quiet side as she comes forward. She's very organized. She's nervous. Okay, that's okay, Mom. She talks to me about her grandson. I have a grandson.
I might
And
be able to take this.
yeah, does this make sense for you, Erica?
I'm creative. I'm around a lot of art, and I have a son.
Okay,
And it would make sense that she'd be shy.
okay, like, and it's mom for you that's passed?
Yes.
Oh, she's being so brave. I love her. I'm so proud of her. I feel like this is not her style to come through. And I was like, okay, guys, I'm like looking at the time, we're coming up to the end. And she was like, okay, like came forward, and she, for your mom, like, I just want to talk about everyone but myself. Like, talk about my grandson, talk about my creative daughter. Your mom is really beautiful. There's something so like captivating about her. Grandma's here, she says. Grandma's here too. Have you also lost your dad?
No.
Oh, I wonder if this is her dad. Like, dad's here too, she says. So grandma and grandpa?
The dad who I was really, who was like a dad to me.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, grandma's here, but then she goes, dad's here too.
Mm,
I like your grandpa.
he's the best.
Yeah, he's so patient. He's playing games with me. He like sits down and he's like teaching me cards. And your mom, so was your mom really sick before she passed?
She was.
'Cause I want to like lift it out of her, like this feeling of like truly she's just like passing away felt like the greatest like weight off of my body. Like I feel so free. I feel so healthy again. Your mom was really careful with her health and with her body. And she's like, I'm somebody who really listened to what was going on. So she goes, this is what feels so frustrating about my situation. Cause she's like, I didn't, she goes, I just did everything I could. She's putting this necklace on me. Do you have like a necklace from mom?
Do. I have her necklace that she wore every day.
Oh, do you wear it? Because it's like I feel like she's like, put it on, put it on.
I don't wear it often. No, it's a really special piece that I'm not.
Yeah, you don't want to lose that. I wonder if you get something like similar, because it's like I want you to wear this piece of me. And your mom treats everything she owns like so carefully, like so preciously. Your mom's like also, she's like the birdhouse, the birdhouse. Does like an actual birdhouse mean anything to you, or like am I just going in the direction of birds?
I'm not, I don't believe there's a birdhouse.
Look for like a robin from your mom.
Okay.
And maybe it's even going to be like this spring, like it's going to like lay little babies at your house. And I'm like, I feel like I'm like looking in this little like, I don't know, nest and seeing this robin.
Okay.
And then when she talks about your son again. She's like, talk about my boy, talk about my boy. And then is he also creative like you? Like I'm like almost seeing like art between the two of you.
He is.
Aw. Your mom's like, share this, like share your gift of art like with the world. She's like, you're so special. And then is there like a birthday for him or a birthday for somebody else in the family coming up?
I just had a birthday last week.
Oh, happy birthday from your mom. That's really cute. She brought me a birthday cake.
Aw.
Yeah. And then I'm like hearing her voice in my head all of a sudden. Have you been like listening to like voicemails from her, or like I'm hearing her voice, videos?
No. but it's funny because since her passing, I don't know if this is really, but since her passing, I save all of my loved ones, like my best friends, my family members, all of their voicemail.
Oh, okay. She loves that. Did you get or like design a tattoo for mom? Like, did you do this?
No. Oh, my sister did.
Your sister did?
My sister just did recently.
Oh, mom loves this.
Oh, I'll pass along that message. I love that so much.
She goes, give her a big hug for me and tell her things are gonna feel better soon.
Oh, that makes sense. I love that so much.
Yeah, she goes, lots of stress for her, but mom's here. Mom loves her. Feel free to show her this. I feel like she's like wrapping your sister up with so much love. And she's like, I just want to let my girls know. I want to let you all know, like, I'm okay. I'm okay with where I am, how things happen. Like, thank you for helping me through my passing. Thank you for everything that you did for me. She's like, can you tell them I'm cooking for them? Like, I just want to make them dinner, she says. And that grandma and grandpa are like so happy to be with her and watching over you. Do you have any questions for her, or like, are you okay with the little bits we got from her?
That was great. Thank you so much, Bri.
Yeah, no worries. I'm like your mom. I mean, no surprise is not being super chatty with me, but I feel like she was so brave and like coming forward and being like, this is me.
Hey, Mom. Good
Yeah,
job.
good job, Mom. Wow, time literally flew tonight. That is crazy. I feel like I need to do like a whole another group reading. This is like really amazing, the people who came through tonight, really mind-boggling. And so yeah, with the with that, I feel like the next question everyone always asks me is like, is this exhausting for you? Is this tiring for you? Like, what does that look like? And I always say that this is like so exhilarating and so joyful for me, working a 9 to 5 in a windowless office. That was exhausting for me. This is so wonderful. I wish I could do longer ones, Liam, but it's really hard to channel longer than an hour. I feel like it starts to like, but we'll do more. We'll definitely do more. And I always also say with this stuff, like, I feel so grateful that, you know, you guys came tonight and that they came tonight, and like, thank all your people. And I know not all of you got to, you know, have a reading today, but maybe you heard a message that really resonated with you. And Spirit is so smart. It knows how to get multiple messages to multiple people at once. So if you heard something, you're like, whoa, I feel like that was for me, like, take that from your people as well. Um, and just, you know, I'm always thinking, it's so sad. I'm always thinking about death, but I'm always thinking about the life that we still have ahead of us and the people that we have here that we love so much. And just this reminder that, to tell the people you love how much you love them, to save those voice notes, or maybe be the person that sends the voice notes. I had somebody that I was reading recently, this woman who had lost her husband, and she said, I didn't realize the amount of love I felt for him until I experienced the amount of grief that I had for him. And that just like changed me when I heard that. I was like, it's so true. Like, we almost like, you don't want to say you take them for granted, but you just like, you don't realize how much love is sitting there. And just, yeah, tell your people who are here how much you love and appreciate them, everything that they mean to you. Forgive people quickly, show up for the people that you love. And thank you for showing up for me today and bringing your people. I'm so grateful. It's because of you that I get to share this beautiful, gorgeous gift. And you know what? If it didn't happen today, maybe you're going to hear from them on Instagram. I don't know if you guys saw last week with Aunt Sandy, that blew my freaking mind. They haunt me, they stick around. And so you never know. If anything comes through later on, I'll let you know. And of course, I do individual readings as well. It's all on my website. You guys know where to find that. And keep talking to them out loud in your head. They hear you, they're with you. Ask them for signs, ask them to come to you in a dream. If you want a bigger sign, ask them for a bigger sign. Like, they'll show it to you. And then just make sure you're open and able to listen and receive that. So yeah, I really appreciate you again. And thank you guys for coming. I'm a medium named Bri. And you know where to find me if you need me. Okay, guys? I'm going to read your chat. I don't want to close it without reading all these nice messages that I missed.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you again.
Yeah, thank